Hello, I think it's recording. Okay, so basically, I want to record and upload some content on YouTube. I would love to do it on a stream, doing pod review, explaining things and everything, but unfortunately, I cannot right now because like it's allergy time and I'm super sick, and probably if I stay like a couple of hours speaking and streaming and everything, like I will start coughing and I won't be able to breathe correctly because of the allergy and everything. So I just prefer to do some little piece of content, little, because probably I'm gonna be here 20 minutes talking or something like that. but yeah. And basically I wanted to start with the defense part of some few maps. Today I'm gonna start with Split because I've been watching some VCT MEA games and especially this Challenger MEA. That is like Ascension for tier 2, but before I don't know like how it works exactly. And I really feel like so many teams are just playing like on vibes on the defense, like they don't have like really strong structure in terms of rotation, in terms of how they react. I don't really feel like they have big protocols, and most of them are just improvising things on the fly, especially when they're playing Viper and Yoru. I feel like every round is something different, every round is something that they're changing. And because of that, many teams are not fully consistent. So I'm gonna be explaining how I see the defense, not only with this old comp that was the meta, but with the new one that I think is gonna be meta now that Tejo is gone. With Yoru, Fade, Viper, Raze, and Astro. This is the Fnatic and Liquid one. I really think that most of the teams are gonna start copying this comp, especially in tier 2. That teams just most likely copy things from tier 1. Maybe this Bridge Fade, Viper, Raze, Omen came across also again, but I don't think that many teams will go for that. Because if you compare it with your Wastra version, I think this one is much stronger. Okay, so the first thing that we will need to understand is that Viper is one of the two strongholders that we have on the comp. So we don't have like real strongholder on A. So Yoru is gonna do this function most of the time on this comp and on this other. How he's gonna do it is basically taking the A line, getting some support to take the A line. Whenever he's pushed back or whenever he decides to go back, he will have the chance of playing on side, leaving second TP outside, playing like a chamber style, where when they want to exec, he's gonna go for a kill, boom, leave the side. So we will be playing retake on A in a possible 5v4. If not 5v4, at least it will be low HP, like doing some chip damage before leaving a retake. Some other times he will have rotation TP. Yeah, that's true, but I'm gonna explain in what situation. Because if we are doing that, it's because we have 3 guys around A, so it's a completely different movie. We'll be fighting for A, not leaving them retake. And then the second important thing about this comp is Viper. With this all the meta, Viper was not allowed to play on vents. Some situations he was able. Yeah, he has a couple of plays that he could do against Rocket, stun and everything, like typical bench punish from Sentinels, like moving into metal box after the smoke or staying here. If the Rocket doesn't hit here, he will be able to molly and shoot anyone going into vents. Even if he's stunned, he will get a kill. But it's like only a couple of plays that you can do. If teams anti-strat you, they will know what you can do. So most of the Viper were forced either to start here and insta move to big heaven or throw the bubble from here. Doesn't matter. The thing is, he ended up playing on B, on the B part of the map. So now that there is no Tejo breach, I think Vipers will be able to play on vents again. So that is gonna be the main reason why I think teams will start playing more with A weak side, B strong side. Even not just because of the comp, just if we see the map, we have only 2 places where we can retake B. Tiny choke point, shit choke point where you have to drop down, or if you want to go like through rafter, you're gonna get exposed to many different angles. even to clear hell. You cannot really flank, because if you want to flank, like, you have to do all this way to be able to flank. And also, if you just want to retake from city and heaven, there's some timings where like a potential lurker will come. Clearing the lurker from mid is not that easy on B. So yeah, playing retake I think is not that good. GG my headphones. Now I can hear. Okay. Playing a retake is much easier. We have tiny choke point, yeah, that's true, but it's easier to go out from here than from here. Heaven also give us the chance of like checking side from heaven. We don't need to drop. Like, you can be literally shooting people on side without getting exposed to 20 different positions. And flanking is super easy. Like, retaking ramp, retaking main is super easy compared to like flanking on B. Also, the positions where you can play on side are not the same. Like, here you have a lot of positions you can play, playing on pillar, backside, close rafter, on top of rafters, new box, main, and from all that position you can literally set some strong crossfires. On A you cannot. On A, most of the positions you're exposed to different places. Like, if you play here on flowers, you're exposed to city, but also anyone coming out of heaven can more or less kill you. If you decide to play on elbow or side, literally a blind, before the rockets, stun, raise nade, and everything will clear you. This most likely. Also, even like good stun here can almost clear all the side, or force you to pick people. So yeah, I think that people will be playing more like B strong side, A weak side. So what does this mean? That when we want to be proactive, aggro, fighting for everything is on the strong side. So we will have people retaking or fighting more for the B main, setting traps on B heaven, not letting them execute. And on A we want to play like for this cheap retake, cheap damage retake, where we try to put the 5v4, then play retake, bunker maybe A main, so they can have heaven and side, but we can have city and main, so we can retake heaven super easily and retake side. Then do this playstyle I said from Yoru, where he just do chamber playstyle, get a kill, TP out, 5v4. Even with Cypher, like if Cypher is conditioning that he's playing retake all the time for spamming and everything, now one round he decided to play on side, people won't expect him. Like, there's so many situations where people can play on side, but it's not like the most optimal thing that you want to repeat every round, because if 5 people decide to exec A, 5v2, even if you have the best setup in the world, most of the time you're gonna die, just based on trades. So because of that, I'm gonna explain like how things rotation are gonna work, how sentinels used to rotate, how this rotation will come with this composition also, and also little sample from G2, but I don't think it's gonna be that important to understand how G2 were rotating, because what I said, like with this comp is not gonna be that strong. The main thing is that sentinels were doing is that Viper was mainly going into A, second tempo, when he was leaving mid, Celsius was moving into A, holding bends. So Tejo or Breach, whoever was starting A, most likely Tejo, he was coming back to B heaven, and they were either retaking B main, that this is something that Foot used to do a lot. Foot plays with Fate Breach, Fate Tejo, sorry. But Tejo mid round he was retaking B main with a drone. They were pushing here, locking B heaven, B main, doing a trap on B heaven. But with this comp you can literally do the same on just rotate and set some trap, where you can just literally trap B heaven and have Omen checking B. Why? Because Omen has the blind, so he's gonna be able to stop the first hit. I think this is something that we explained before. But whenever they want to exec B, the first hit is getting stopped by the Omen blind. Now with Astra, with this comp, I think it's gonna be also something easy to do. You don't have blind, you have double star. I don't really know how Astra should be playing this, like in the micro way. I'm not that good in that situation, let's say. But there are some few Astros that I think are good to watch, like 100 Thieves. I think they are really good at the stronghold in B. Boaster, Liquid not that much, I would say, or at least in the way I saw that they were stronghold in B, I didn't like that much. But for sure, there are so many examples that people might be start copying. But yeah, I really believe that if you have double stars, like this and like this, or like this and this, to be able to smoke and pull or whatever on the choke point and then smoke yourself and leave the site, it will be almost the same as with the Omen Blind. You will be able to stop the first hit. And then how the rotation will come, most likely will be Fade moving into Heaven, having Raze and Fade, getting ready to either support VE or to stop this B split, while this guy is able to stop the first hit. So with that, what we have is that we might be able to stop the first hit and force them to use all the util. If for some reason we have to leave the side and we have to play retake, it's okay. They will be using all their utility on the exit, so retake will be super easy to do it. But anyway, with Astra util, Fade and Raze combo, we should be able to get some kills most of the time, and we should be able to fight them and win the stronghold of the side, not letting them take the side and the heaven for free. With the comp before, it was even harder. Like imagine with Tejo and Breach just standing double rocket and everything. Like then you have the second stand, you have flashes, you have rocket, the blast and everything. Like it was super easy to do this fight. But for some reason, most of the teams were not able to do this because they had some late rotation sometimes or weird things that they didn't knew how to like set things like these fights. Of course, this will depend on every team, I guess. Depending on the DNA and how good your smoker is, sometimes you will prefer to retake B main to set him here and make it easier for him. Some other times you can relay more on him and just set the B heaven trap and let this guy delay the first exec. The way of playing of A will be the same. I think Yoru might be playing on side with a TP out, Viper just holding pens for him. Not gambling, of course, like if there's possibility someone is crossing here, Viper should not be here. This is something basic, of course. But the idea is going to be the same. Viper playing to contain anyone trying to push CT from A heaven. Yoru playing for a kill for the 5v4. Easy as that. A really good example of watching this is second, of course. Sentinel, he was playing like incredible. Most of the time he's getting kills, either on this first A line or then when he come back on side. And most of the time he's not even getting like big super like stun or anything like that. It's most likely like he gets some mid-side smoke, he is able to pop flash pick, get kill, TP out. So it's a good example to watch if any player wants to like learn how to play this A line with the Yoru. Then the other possibility that I think most of the team are gonna be doing or could be doing, I repeat, with the new meta coming, I don't think people will do this that much, especially with this comp because it's not that good, is playing with only 2 guys B, 3 guys A. Either because they start double A. If you start like this, I don't see the point unless you want to do like fully aggro and punish the lurker, to be honest. Or just because in mid round you just rotate and start like join like this. First of all, when you're gonna be playing with 3 guys around A, you will have the TP most of the times towards B. So you don't like let them die alone. Because most of the time that you have 3 guys on A, you want to be proactive. If you want to be proactive, the rotations are gonna be super late. So this guy will be forced to play full retake all the time. That's something that you don't want to be doing. Like you don't want to be playing like full retake all the time because these guys fully alone, they don't have like real delay. This guy is able to delay the B main, yeah, but this guy is not gonna be able to fully delay the B split. He might be able to delay, but sometimes he will be exposed to duels and everything, and he has the chance of dying many times. That's something that we don't want to do it. So if we start like this, say, Um, the rotation should be like Raze is gonna rotate towards A, Viper should be staying with the B heaven control. So it's the same. That's allowing our smoker to be focusing only on B main. If he knows how to play the Astra, with the comp before, of course, with the Omen it was much easier. With the Omen, it's super easy to delay the first hit and then leave the side. What happened? Because with the old comp it was the same. Yuri was tipping here. That if you did correctly, for the second hit that they want to do after you pull, you smoke. Of course, Viper is throwing molly, or whatever. The Yoru will be here with the TP. He will be able to float the side, pop flash through the smoke so you can get some kills. Pop flash heaven so you can fight. Come here and fight heaven with you. So, is it possible to play this default? Yeah, I will say that you can still do it. Because it's gonna be the same, like Yoru is gonna be able to TP and rotate. But what's the main point that make that default super strong with this old combo that is not right now is the bridge stun. Like with the bridge stun, if you have bridge on A, almost from everywhere you're able to stun B heaven from almost everywhere. So Viper was really able to fully stop them on B heaven. He was able to throw them molly, delay them when they want to re-hit. Bridge is ready to stun you. Also, sometimes we will have rocket back, so he can rocket here. A bit delayed rocket, yeah, but it's better than anything. So Viper was able to fully stop the V hit, in the same way that Omin is able to stop the V hit. But right now, because we will have these, Raze and Fade. Raze and Fade cannot throw across the map util, so there is nothing that they can do. We will have only your, if for some reason your TPs, and at the moment that he's still here, they're already hitting V heaven, this guy has to drop and has to leave all the V heaven. And 3 guys on site are not gonna do anything if we leave them all the B heaven, because there's not enough positions where we can actually fight for them. And we won't have any extra support, like if we had some stun or something here, maybe, but we don't have anything. So that's why I think doing this setup of this G2 protocol is not gonna be that good as it was before, like this. So one more time, I really feel like people will be playing more with 3 guys towards B and Viper moving to A, than on the opposite way. Of course, this only applies for defaults, rotations on defaults. If you want to like run 4-man push, I don't know, on A, because you have some ult, this is completely different. If you want to like set some mid trap or set some run where Yoru is playing on B operator, then probably things are gonna change. But this is like more like the default. It is not like a default. This is like a play that one team wants to run. So it will change. But if we have all the time in our head that okay, wherever my Viper is going to be playing, we can leave that side for free, not free but weak. And if Viper is playing here and we have 2 guys on A, at any moment we can move my Viper into here, over rotate this guy toward there. Okay, I have Fade on A, yeah, it's not the best thing, he cannot do the same playstyle of Chamber, but more or less he can be retaking information, he can be leaving the site for retake, delaying or spamming whenever they want to hit A. It's doable, it's better than nothing. If we start like this, that is also something that I saw from some teams that they were doing, like 1-3-1, it's gonna be the same. Fade is able to play on A completely alone. He just needs to understand that he's not a champer. The rotations and everything are gonna be the same. Viper will move into here. These 2 guys will move into B. GG the headphones again. But Fade just needs to understand the way he has to play. It's just more for spamming, playing outside, retaking information on A more than the hero play on side. If he just understands this, then all these rotations will be the same. All the runs will be the same. and we can have like a consistent way of rotating and a consistent way of playing the defense of this map, and not being like in the mid round saying, oh, what the hell is going on the run, because I don't really get why there is a Viper here while we have a Yoru here. That is something that you will see on some few bots from especially tier 2 teams, that they just copy the macro and they just copy like the super incredible awesome strat from Vitality, but they don't really get how to rotate or how they set some protocols on everything. For sure, this has been like long video. Yeah, 20 minutes. Um, I don't really know if it's gonna be like super clear what I explain or not. Like, I just wanted to create some content, like start explaining things. Whoever watched the video, please like roast me on the comments, like blame me if you agree or not what I was saying, what I said. Even if you think that, bro, this video is super fucking boring, like, fuck you, don't create more content, just come to my Twitter or come to the comments and tell me, like, I want to prove, like, the content that I create. I want to do something, like, more interesting for most of the people. But it's what I said, because right now I'm, like, super sick with allergy, I'm running out of energy, I have almost, like, no emotion or energy to be able to do good content. And this is gonna be something, like, only for few weeks until I get better, and I can be full streaming again, or if some reason I get a team, I won't be like creating that much content anyway. But yeah, I don't know, like, subscribe and all that things that people used to say. One more time, like, blame me on Twitter or come to my DM on Twitter or YouTube comments and tell me if you feel like this is shit content or is actually like decent and interesting for anyone trying to search for like competitive Valorant theory or something like that.